No, we don't.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the podcast today. I have the best treat in store for you. One of my favorite legends of all time, Frazer Brookes. He is a fellow podcaster, network marketing ninja. Go follow it right now. Like, stop the podcast, come back to us in a minute, go follow him and come right back. I commend you. I met Frazer at an event. We did a summit with all network marketers. There were trainers, there were active people in the business, and we stood on a stage together and coached, had our little glory moment on the stage. And I believe it was over lunch that I went up to him and I was like, "You are the funniest person I have ever met." Like, I belly laughed till I cried. It was so good and relatable. And that's just always stuck with me over the years. He's also a published author. He was telling me before we got on that his wife says every time he sneezes, a new book flies out. And I said, I know, that's totally how I feel. First of all, tell them where you live right now.
So I'm living in Dubai. We got married in August 2020, middle of COVID, and then we moved continents to here in Dubai in September 2020. So yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, COVID!" It's like a blink. I'm like, best year of my life.
Best year of your life.
Yeah, for sure. And it was, I'll never forget it. So yeah, Dubai, and it's amazing here. It's so cool. Anyone who comes, just let me know you're here, and we'll hang out.
Okay, this is so crazy. So I have been trying to convince my best friend, because I'm turning 40 on December 2nd, and the only place I want to go for my 40th birthday is Dubai. And I was trying to get two of my friends to go with me because I have in my head that I want to ride camels on my 40th birthday.
Yeah.
And well, when we looked at doing it back in July, tickets were 6,500. Now they're 11,000. And so I was like, we should have bought it then. And she was like, well, I didn't know if I was going to be able to get time off work. And I was like, this is why you shouldn't have a job that requires you to go to work. You're messing up my plans.
Oh, no.
But she's an attorney and she loves being an attorney. And so she does all these other things. And I was like, you just need to ditch all that other stuff and just do this full time so we can go wherever we want anytime. Anyway, we were conspiring over how we could still make it work. And she had this brilliant idea because we're big on Delta. Like, we love Delta. And so she's a Delta Diamond. I'm about to become a Delta Diamond.
Oh, congratulations.
I know. I didn't even know it existed till last year when she did it. And the minute that I knew there was a diamond status with Delta, I was like, I must have it. Right. There was a rank, and how do I get it? And so all year long, I've been like checking the Delta back office.
Oh, I love it.
I've got to get the numbers to read right. And my husband's like, is this really happening? And I'm like, I must go diamond. He's like, what do you get when you get to diamond? I'm like, the title, obviously.
A separate lane to check in.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Well, you have to pretty much buy a first class ticket all year long to even become diamond. Yeah. So you've been in the separate lane all year anyway. The only thing that I've figured that you do is you get to be in the Facebook group. There's a Delta Diamond Facebook group. And then there's also a Porsche that you can rent. They make you pay to use it, $150 per person, but they will pick you up at the airplane. Like, you arrive and you walk down and you get in this Porsche, and then they drive you to your connecting flight or to the front or wherever.
This is cool.
This would be so awesome to do this. Like, let's go to Dubai. And so today she's like, are we going or not? What's the deal? Right. And so we had this idea that we could use one of my companion tickets, because once you have the reserve card, you get the companion. And she was like, I know how we're going to do it. She's like, we can use your companion ticket. I'm already diamond this year. Your companion ticket, we'll book one flight on mine and then the companion other, and then we'll split the price. And I was like, yes, that's how we're going to do it. So if we do it, I'm so calling you, and we're going to meet up while we're there, because
100%.
I still haven't given up on the idea.
Yeah. When did you say you wanted to go?
So we're looking
When
at
was it?
December 6th through the 12th.
Right. Best time to come.
She says
if you came in
not,
July.
Yeah, it said the number one place to go in December is Dubai.
100%. It's the best. It's the best weather for sure.
It's like perfect. She's like, well, let's go to Europe. I'm like, I don't want to be cold.
No, it's freezing cold. No,
I'm cold here in Utah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just for the record, it is 12:46 a.m. in Utah right now. Me podcasting to you, and Frazer, it is 10:46 a.m. in Dubai. Yeah. So we both were like, how are we going to make this work? And I was like, I'm a night owl. When's good for you? And he's like, I'm a night owl, but let's do 10 a.m. So here we are. It's really fun. And you have to go to his YouTube channel because we recorded an episode on his, and he showed how he didn't have pants on, and I showed how I'm in pajamas, but we both look really professional from like the waist up, which is why network marketing is the greatest career ever, because you don't actually have to wear pants if you don't want to. You just don't. And even if you do put pants on, you can usually get away with leggings. I mean, maybe not for a man. I don't know.
I wear leggings. Yeah, no.
No, I wouldn't think so. Yeah. Okay. So tell us your books really quickly, because they're some of my favorites. And I love that you are a cold messenger, because I am a big believer in reaching out.
Yeah. And anyone who says cold messaging doesn't work, I'd ask them, number one, are you sending a message? If the answer is yes, then you've already done half of it. And number two, if that person is cold, meaning you do not know them, meaning they're not warm or hot, therefore you are messaging someone cold, therefore you are cold messaging. So if you don't cold message, then your ego is too big for this game. If you don't cold message, you are also trying to be a smart marketer by saying, you don't have to cold message to do this. Buy my course. Hang on a minute. Like, you don't just sell things. You don't just sell things to sell things. You sell things that work.
Yeah.
All right. So, it's like, come on, guys. Come on. So, first one's called I Dare You. Second one's called I Double Dare You. Third one's called I Triple Dog Dare. No, the third one's not called I Triple Dog Dare You.
I was like, no, I already know what the name is. He's lying.
The third one's called Loser to Legend. So I always kind of like, my dad used to be like, you're a loser. Like, we were joking around, right? He was my mentor. Like, you're a loser. And then one day I came in and I said, Dad, he said, Frazer, you're not a loser anymore. Like, you're top of the compensation plan. You're crushing it. I said, no, legend. And I started calling everyone legend. So I'll be like, hey, legends. Hey, legend. Instead of people using people's names, I'll be like, hey, legend, how are you? Hey, Frazer, how's it going? Yeah, hey, legend, how are you? I just keep using it. And now it's so crazy, the number of people who call me like, hey, legend, how you doing? And it's like, wow, all right, that's how branding works then. Okay, yep. All right, okay,
100%.
That's cool.
So good.
Yeah, so it's just been a big part of the journey. So that's the third one. The newest book, Losers Legends, my favorite. But the newest book's always going to be the favorite.
Right.
So yeah.
It's always like the one your heart is closest to, right?
Yeah, like kids, right? The most recent one you had is your favorite. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's the one that still naps.
Yeah.
Always.
Exactly.
It's always that. There's no competition.
Top tip right there. Top tip right there.
Tip from the top, everyone. It's the one that's still napping.
I love it.
Okay. So you are one of the reasons why I love your courses, your books, your trainings, like your Facebook lives. I can't scroll past because I want to hear your accent, obviously, because us Americans were always obsessed with the accents. We just love it. We love it. And yet we have one also, just not one that anyone wants to have. And so, I love watching your videos because you're so relatable and authentic and honest. And just like what you talked about, it's always what like gets under my skin so much, because when you've done network marketing and you've made it to the top of the company, you know that there are things that you can do to pour gasoline on the fire or the spark or the smoke that you're like, just come back alive. I know we can do it. Right. And And I've always said, like, you can totally build a business without cold messaging. It's just going to take you
Mm,
longer. So by all means, like,
mm,
go build however
yeah.
you want to build. And whoever you want, like, you're going to find what you want to hear from whoever you want to hear it. But
Mm,
I'm always going to be the person, just like you, that is going to shoot it straight. This is what I did to build, and this is what it
mm,
took. And
mm,
if you're willing to be a little uncomfortable, the payout
mm.
is so huge. So,
Yeah.
what would you
Mm,
say to someone
mm,
like what would you say to
mm,
yourself when you started?
mm,
3
mm,
things that you like that your future self would want to go back and tell you to get through
mm,
all the times that you wanted to quit.
mm. Yeah. So the first thing is the word action is in the word attraction. Right. So like, and the word action is shorter than the word attraction. So anyone who goes with the attraction marketing route, like just know that taking action is going to make it faster. But also if you go in the attraction marketing route and you just waiting for people to reach out to you, you'll be waiting for a long time. And then I'd ask yourself, do you enjoy waiting in the queue at Target or Walmart? Do you like waiting in the queue at the airport? No one's standing there going, oh, I hope we're delayed for 3 more hours because I love waiting in this queue. It's amazing. Like no one likes waiting. So like stop waiting for your inbox to be on fire, right? And then posting, oh, my inbox is on fire right now. If you want to get to the top, message me. It's just a load of rubbish. So the
Mhm.
first thing that I would tell myself is an obvious one that I think everyone would say, and it's move faster, quicker, harder. Like I think there's a Daft Punk song about that. Like harder, better, faster, stronger, right? So like I would definitely do that because I held myself back for so long because I didn't. So I had 3 fears when I started: the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and the fear of public speaking. They got me from 18 till 21, 22. Those are the reasons why I said no, because I saw that everyone who failed didn't seem to do anything significant with their life. Now, this is just from the data set that I saw from my dad's team. I didn't really go on to do anything else. I'd say, Dad, what's Bruce doing? Bruce? I don't know why I went with Bruce. What's Bob doing? Who quit the team 3 years ago? Oh, I'll find out. Hey, Bob, how you doing? What are you up to now? Oh, I just got my job. Like they just none of them kind of went on to do anything like wow with their life. But I then saw the people who did succeed. They were the ones who held the microphone. And I thought, hang on a minute, if I succeed and I've got to hold the microphone, I do not want to do this business because I had a massive, massive, massive fear of public speaking. Kind of weird now because I've been paid to speak in 32 countries, which is just mind blowing. But I turned,
Legend!
yeah.
Legend!
Yeah, right. You turn your biggest weakness into your biggest assets. When you understand that, it just magic happens. So like I
One
kind of had
one
that
thing
problem.
I've
Mm,
heard that the
mhm,
2 biggest fears anyone has are public
mhm,
speaking and
mhm,
like death by fire
mhm.
or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
For me, it was
I'm
true.
guessing that most people are
Mhm,
nodding their head listening to this. Like, yep,
mhm.
I don't want to
Yeah,
be at the top because I don't want to have to
yeah.
hold the microphone.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you guys, I can guarantee that every single one of you listening, whether you've done your first public talk, whether you shared your story on stage the first time or not, you will never have been able to be as worse as me. Like it's actually impossible. So I was introduced. There was about 400 people at the event. I was in the car on the way with my dad. It was my dad's event. I was there, obviously invited all my friends, 20 people in the back of the room. And I said, Dad, just so you know, like you're definitely not bringing me on stage. No, look, here's the agenda. Like, you're not on the agenda. I was like, all right, cool. Halfway through the event's going so good. It's one of those events that's just rocking. And my dad goes on stage, and the next speaker, all the way from upstairs in my house, is my own son, Frazer Brookes. And I'm at the back. I immediately look to the exit door and I like run to the exit. But he knew I was going to do this. So he puts the 2 biggest guys in the team on either side of the exit door. They pretty much get me, throw me down the middle of the room. And I feel like a 10-pin bowling ball going down like an aisle with the bumpers on all the way to the stage, like boing, 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 boing. I get on stage, grab the microphone. I hold the microphone at the very bottom and you can see it vibrating like from either side, like some
It's like
crazy
the pencil
pendulum.
trick, the rubber pencil trick.
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, it's got this. It's like, whoa, it's not. It's wobbly, right? So it's like this, and I just burst into tears. Didn't say a word, just burst it because I just knew that was the only way for me to get off the stage. And all my friends today, that's 13 years on, all my friends today still say, Frazer, when you go travel around the world, you still cry on stage. And then I'll simply say to them, hey, on Monday morning, do you still drive to work? Because I don't.
Oh, burn,
So it's
burn.
like, yeah, it's like, come on, guys, two can play that game. So yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting. So and it didn't allow that to happen to me. So definitely move faster, stronger, brighter, whatever. I think the second
Quicker,
one,
harder.
yeah. Just why not? Like, why not? I waste it. And if for those of you who believe in the compound effect, I want you to think about, like, if you wait a year, right? If you just wait a year to do it, or 2 years to do it, or 3 years to go all in, guys, you're either pregnant or you're not, right? It's not like I'm half pregnant. You either go all in or not. Like, you put 100 of your chips on the table, and then the wheel starts spinning on the roulette, and then you go, oh, actually, I'll take 10%. I'll take 10 of them off just in case. Just in case, or I'll give it a go, or I'll give it a try, is never going to get you the success that you want. My dad used to always say, if you try, give it an oomph and you'll triumph, right? So you got to give it your all, like, give it an oomph, right? So I realized that I had to kind of go all in. I had to kind of give it everything that I've got. But here's the thing. If you wait 2-3 years and eventually you become $1 million a year income earner, you've just lost three years equaling $3 million. And that's what my dad told me. And I was like, yeah, okay, Dad. Yeah, it sounds good when you're there, but like, I'm not there yet. Today, the most expensive time of my life were the 4 years that I said no to network marketing. And then probably the 3 months where I was like, well, you know, kind of like, eh. So the second thing is having a goal of $300 a month, which is what my goal was selfish. And there's 3 levels in network marketing. The first level is ego, right? Let me guess. When you join network marketing, it was something like, I want to make $300 a month. I want to make $500 a month. I want to retire my husband. I want to pay off my credit card. It's ego. Everyone joins from ego. Now, a lot of people don't lose the ego, right? So the second stage is then, I want my team to get what I'm earning. I want my team to hit diamond and delta. I want my team to reach unicorn level 32. I want my team to have what I've had. It's team-based. And then the third one, which is reserved for a special group of people. Emily is one of these people with the mission that she's on, and it's mission. So it's all about yourself, it's all about your team, and then it's all about everyone who you can be connected with, right? So those are the kind of like the 3 levels. So I was challenged when I wanted $300 a month. My dad said, Frazer, you do know that the limit and the goal that you have for yourself will be the limit that the team is going to expect. So if you want to make $300 a month, how can you expect your team to want to make $300 a month or more? And I was like, yeah, but it's all I want to earn. He said, it doesn't matter what you want to earn. It matters what your team's going to earn, because that's going to set you free. So I go to 1,000 a month, 3,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 8,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month. And then it started to get, okay, for you to get to 50,000 a month, how many people do you need in your team to get to 10,000 a month? I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6. Okay, amazing. Now your goal is, I want to help 5 people get to $10,000 a month. But if that's too like crazy to comprehend, then how many people do the 10,000 people need in their team? Oh, well, they need 20 people to get to $500 a month. Okay, I need to get 100 people making $500 a month. So then it became a mission of, I'm on a mission to help 100 people get to $500 a month. Who wants to be the next one? And now it's so great on Instagram, because you can put that goal on your Instagram, on a mission to help 100 people make $500 a month. 17 out of 100. You hit another one, 18 out of 100. You hit another one, 19 out of 100. And now people are coming onto your Instagram profile and refreshing it just to see how many you've helped, right? It's kind of wild how that works, but it's marketing. So the first one was move faster, brighter, stronger, harder. Second one was really understanding that kind of compound effect of like, don't waste time. And the third one, I think, was, and it kind of relates to the other 2 really, but it was just believe in myself. And we talked about that on my podcast episode on the YouTube, and I highly recommend you listening to it, because Emily dropped just some incredible nuggets on this, and it was just amazing. And I know people are going to love it.
Also get to see Frazer not have pants on. I can't stress this enough. He pulled a hamstring, showing us no pants.
There's an ice patch currently, like the ice pack is currently there. trying to help it out. I've got leg day today as well, so that gives me an excuse. So anyway, so believing in myself, I leveraged my dad so much that I actually relied on him to believe in me. And if he wasn't there, I'd have been screwed, man. And what I realized, and I remember going to see a friend, and he worked in like a laboratory or something, and there was one of those pendulum things. I don't know how many of you got. I'm going to try and explain it. Maybe they're all over the world or not, but there's like 4 or 5 of these like balls that are attached to a string.
Silver balls.
What's it called?
So they're silver balls. They're the silver balls. Yes.
Silver balls, right? These were silver balls. Yeah. And you kind of like, you pull one up, it hits the other one, and the momentum they just keep going, doing, 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 doing. And what I realized was, hang on a minute. There are 2 sides of this pendulum. The side with your fears, your doubt, your lack of belief, your struggles. And the other side is the success that balances that out. It's the law of balance, right? That's what the pendulum is all about. So I would swing my doubt. I'd go like, right, limiting beliefs. I would let go. And on the other side, it would go like success, self-doubt, you win, like frustration, fascination. And I would just start to realize that for every negative thought, there's a positive thought that way outweighs it. So one thing that I wish that I'd done earlier on in the first like 2 or 3 years of my career was turn my frustration into fascination. Like, instead of being the person who, let's say, I'm the next rank, diamond level 3, Bob Jones, instead of me being the person who was at the back of the room just going, screw you, Bob. Like, why is it always someone else other than myself? Instead, I was at the front, top off. Woo! Yeah, go Bob. I have no idea who Bob is, but like, yeah, and celebrating other people who I want to be celebrating. If I saw the top income earner walk through the hallway, instead of being like, one day he'll want a photo with me, I'd go over to him and basically like, photo, can we get a photo? Like, oh my God, I love you. You're incredible. And I just realized that if I give people my energy, they're going to give their energy back to me. So when I kind of got heavily into social media, it was interesting because I wouldn't get that much engagement. And then I realized, hang on a minute. If in life I give people energy and they give their energy back to me, on social media, I need to give energy in terms of comments, loves, shares, watches, fire emojis. And then it just came back to me. So those are probably the 3 things. Maybe one of those relates to someone that I would definitely wish that I would implemented earlier when I kind of got started. They're
you
all
really
emotions,
practice what you preach about this. Like, you are one of the best examples of abundant mindset that I have ever seen in the industry, in anywhere, even outside of the industry. Like, my favorite thing about you is how willing you are to give out that energy and give out that, I mean, love, so to speak, right? Like, love is the greatest human emotion, and we can share it and receive it anytime we want it. So why would we want to pick something like jealousy or criticism or judgment? Like, of course we're going to pick those things sometimes, but I love the example that you used about how we don't have to be like that. And you can, it's optional. If you want to be, you can get to the top doing it that way. You can get to the top and still do it that way. But this other thing is also so optional, where you can just be this, like I see you as like this, like fun loving guy. That's just, I'm sure you're not happy all the time, but like, maybe, but like, it's just so energizing to be around someone that just genuinely is abundant. I've been reading the book, Believe It, by the It Cosmetics founder. Have you seen it before?
Yeah. Jamie
Yes.
Lima. Right.
Yes.
I've not read it, but I've heard great things.
Yes. Please order it. Everyone, you too, Frazer, because she is that type of person. Just kind. Just very kind, very for everyone and for herself, but not in an egotistical way, not in a prideful way, right? In a way of like, you believe in your mission. And that is really something that I feel like, if you're struggling to build your business, that you and I both have done very well and has brought us lots of success, whether in network marketing or as a coach, right? To be passionate for your mission, Like, what would you
Mhm.
say your mission is as a coach now?
So mine is just back to the industry that I love. So it's to raise the professionalism of network marketing done online to unite the industry and make it sexy again. So I only added the last bit on because I went to a country called Kazakhstan. Some of you guys know Kazakhstan because of the movie Borat, like Yakashmesh, I like, right? But I actually built a huge business there, 130,000 customers in 12 months. It was just absolutely wild. And I was in the supermarket and I was explaining to one of the leaders that in the UK or like in the US, if I was to shout here in the supermarket, I'm in network marketing, the whole supermarket would empty. It would just, everyone would be like, oh no, run fast. But he said, he was like, oh no, if I do that here, like people will come to me. And he shouted in the supermarket, like, blah, 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 in Kazakh, right? I'm in network marketing. And 3 people came up to him and said, what company? And they said, oh, we've got a presentation tonight. And the 3 people came to the presentation that night. 2 of them joined, 1 of them didn't. So I was like, it's sexy here. Like, it's a sexy thing to do. Like, that's what I want to help it. That's what I want to make it. So I want to make it more professional. I want everyone to work with everyone, regardless if you're in company A or you're in company Z. There needs to be competition in other industries, not ours. There needs to be collaboration in our industry. I always say that I believe one of the reasons why the women are more successful in network marketing than men is that they just collaborate more. They just collaborate so much more. An example of this, excuse my humor with this one for some of you, but if we go on a night out, especially in the UK, if we go into Liverpool and we go on a night out and there's 5 boys, 5 girls, 5 men, 5 women, and we're drinking, right? We're having our, like, I don't know, mocktails if you want to, right? This example. And that time of the night comes where you need to go to the toilet. Women won't go to the toilet alone. They'll go off with their friends. Like, there'll be 3 of them in a line, like doing the conga all the way to the toilet, the bathroom, the washroom, what you guys call it. You're talking about the guy with the red shirt on. You're fixing each other's hair and makeup. Like, oh, have a couple of sprays of my perfume. Like, you look fine. You look amazing. You look incredible. And then you kind of like go do the conga back to your drinks. When it's the man's turn, the man gets their friend to hold the drink and make sure they do not follow them to the toilet. It's like, men don't go to the toilet together because we're just natural competitors, whereas women just collaborate with everything. So it's finding, like, part of the mission is, how do I help people collaborate more? How do we help more people become professionals? How do we raise more coaches and mentors in the industry? Because there's a severe lack of it. So that's the kind of the mission, and that's just what keeps me going every single day. And I don't even look at the monetary side of things because it really doesn't matter anymore. It's kind of interesting how it works.
I love that. One of the things that I'm so passionate about, like when I think about like what drives me as a coach, especially, is what I hate is that women in this country are shamed and put down for building a network marketing business.
Yeah, it's silly.
And I think that it's crazy. And I was at a house party with some people on my team earlier tonight. And, we give the presentation, we tell them about the products, we answer all the questions, we talk about the business. And one of the women there said, I just want you to know, I'm totally put off by the MLM thing and the pyramid scheme. And I think it's just wrong that you do it. And I mean, I get this all the time, right? Like, okay, I put you in that. Okay, you're in that category. I know what I say. Oh, well, the pyramid schemes are actually illegal and what they are. No, no, no. And Dave Ramsey this and no, no, and give them the whole definition. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, did you know that millionaires have 7 streams of income? Like, I have the whole bit. My husband says I do this stuff in my sleep. Right? I'll like wake up in the morning. He'll be like, you were signing someone up in your sleep. You were walking someone through their objection with this. You were talking about pyramid schemes and MLMs here. I'm like, yeah, of course I was. Right.
Brilliant.
But as I drove home, I started thinking about like, why did it bother me so much? Like, I don't let it show that it bothers me. Right. Like, I handle myself very professionally. Like, oh, like I totally understand. Like, I validate you. I felt that same way, blah, blah. But when I was driving home, I thought, what really bothers me about that? Why am I on a mission to change this? Because as women, it is amazing the type of income that you can bring home in network marketing. It's incredible. And why should any woman ever feel embarrassed or ashamed about any paycheck that they're bringing home to make their family's life better and help them to be able to say yes more? Like, why do we even want to have that? And this was a woman that said this to me. It's like we eat each other from the inside. Instead of being like, that's amazing. Like, this is so amazing. Good for you. We want to criticize for what they're doing. And I just want to change that. I want to change. I want women to be able to be proud of their paycheck so that when someone says, oh, what do? They say network marketing, right? Like,
exactly.
I mean, I've done so much thought coaching around this on myself. When people ask me, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I totally crush it at network marketing. I freaking rock it at network marketing, you know, because at first they're like, oh, what does your husband do? I'm like, oh, he's retired. Yeah. And they're like, oh, did he sell a company? I'm like, no, he's a physical therapist. They're like, oh, we don't have any of those in our neighborhood. I'm like, yeah, it's me. Yeah, it's me. And then they're like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I freaking rock it at network marketing. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I'm like, pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Like, just for fun, because I just love to like see their faces after. Yeah. I'm like sort of like Target, you know?
Yeah.
Sort of like
it's funny, you know, like, because this time of year, people start talking about Christmas, right? It's 2 months to go till Christmas. And if you actually look at a Christmas tree, a 2D version of a Christmas tree, it's a pyramid. And here's the thing, at the bottom of the Christmas tree is the gifts. So, and there's a load of decorations. Think about it. Where the decorations are on the Christmas tree, there are more decorations on the Christmas tree at the bottom than on the top. In fact, the top decoration is either an angel or a star. So you are the star of your own pyramid. You are the angel of your own pyramid. You give the gift to people who aren't involved in the pyramid, but the end user with the products. So that's what people have to understand, really. Like, hey, you can either get the gift, you can be a part of it, or you can be the star of your own show. Completely up to you. But it's also funny that whenever you get hate, criticism, negative feedback, like on Instagram, for example, at home parties is a little bit different. But you go onto their profile and you will notice, guaranteed, they are not a millionaire. Guaranteed. Because millionaires and successful people don't leave hate on people's posts on social media. So if you're building on Instagram, you're building on Facebook, you're building on YouTube or TikTok or LinkedIn, and anyone gives you any hateful comment, don't spend a single second or a breath thinking, oh no, Sharon thinks it's a pyramid thing. Like, go and check out Karen or Sharon or Mary or Joseph. They've probably got a photo of a cat as their profile photo. They've posted 4 times. They've got no likes, no followers, and it just makes them feel better, deflecting their anger, their rage, their frustration onto a person, onto a community, or onto a business model. I'm like you. It drives me. I'm the person who wakes up every morning going, why isn't the entire world involved in network marketing? Like, why not? Everyone should do it. But I also get that not everyone likes iPhones, or not everyone likes pineapple on a pizza. I mean, I don't like pineapple on a pizza. Fruit does not belong on a pizza, in my opinion.
Oh, but no. Don't open this debate.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
I just let people do what they want with their pizza, but people get really passionate about this. I'm like, order what you want. But some people, it's like political almost. Like, they're like offended by it. I'm like, I mean, just let them eat their pizza. What? No one's criticizing you for sausage, you know? Like, I don't think sausage belongs on a pizza because it hurts my stomach.
Exactly.
Nobody gets mad at me when I'm like, don't eat sausage on your pizza.
Maybe you guys can let us know in your stories, like, do you have pineapple on the pizza? Yes, no? You have pineapple on your pizza. You can just tell. It's very
fine. I'm not like ordering it to pick it, but if it's there, I'm gonna eat it. It's fine. I'm not like offended by it or anything.
No, it's good.
I like cheese pizza because I'm 12. So
yeah, I also like cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza. Yeah. Why do you need anything on it? You just don't.
No, it's just a pizza. It's just a cheese and a tomato. So
amazing.
And again, like, some people, they just they're just set in their ways. It's what they believe, and that's totally fine. But here's what I would say for any of you guys listening, watching, however you're consuming this. If you struggle with that, you need to reach out to Emily, because she's just incredible at this sort of stuff. She's so good at coaching and guiding you through the thought process behind it, because it is really just a thought. It is just a thought that's blocking your actions from turning into your beliefs and your results. But you just need help with it, because if it's a problem now and it's been a problem for 6 months, 3 months, 12 months, 3 years, it will always be a problem unless you get guidance with it. And Emily's just one of the best at it. So and she gets the network marketing space as well. So don't be afraid to reach out, because it's important to do that.
Well, no, what they really need to do, thank you so much. What they really need to do is check you out, buy your books. Where can they find you? Because you really are one of the most entertaining people on social media. So tell them where they can find you, where they can buy your books, where they can plug into your trainings. You are one of my favorite people to learn from.
Oh, I really appreciate it. So if you love podcasts and the podcast Network Marketing Ninja podcast, but I'm going to dare you to listen to one episode of Emily's podcast before you come over and listen to one of my episodes every time. And when you're listening to one of mine, go, oh, I've got to go back to Emily's podcast, and vice versa. So that's the first thing. If you like to watch videos, then I've got a thriving YouTube channel, which we're super proud about. It's super cool on YouTube. Yeah, it feels like a whoop whoop kind of thing. And then I have a Telegram channel, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Type my name in Frazer, and I should pop up. There might be like 17 other people that look like me and have the same name, but have like 3 O's instead of 2 O's, or Frazer Brookes online ._1_. So just find the legit one. You can just tell which one's
for all the Americans that don't know what FARZER means, it just means FARZER. No I.
Oh, sorry.
R. Because I know all of you were just like, what did he just say? So Frazer, like razor, FARZER. But you say it Frazer, like razor. And even if you say Frazier, which I do all the time on accident, he won't correct you. He's fine with it. It's not like you're canceled or whatever.
Yeah, not yet.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. We have to do this again. You're the greatest. I love your energy and everything that you give and put out. You bless us all. Thank you for helping change the network marketing industry through your coaching. You're so inspiring, and just grateful that you blessed us here today.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye now.